let's talk about jumping. If you have a dog who is an incessant jumper, then you're going to have to lean on some micromanagement, at least in the short term. This advice is going to feel like micromanagement because it is micromanagement. In the biz, we call it 4 on the floor. This refers to the dog having all 4 paws on the floor or the ground when an alternative is available. So that behavior can be reinforced and should be reinforced all day long. If your dog struggles with not jumping on you, on guests, on your children, or whatever the case may be. So I do this a lot when I permit dogs to greet guests or people in public if it's appropriate or advisable, depending on what dog I'm handling. Left to their own devices, dogs who are jumpers are going to utilize the stomach and the crotch as the default greeting zone. So what I do is I coach my guests or my greeters to put a hand target out low to the side as an invitation for the dog. You should never extend a hand out to a strange dog. You should never allow people to extend their hand out to your dog and have it enter their personal space or like past the critical distance. It's an invitation, and if they don't take them up on it, then that hand doesn't come any closer. But in this case, we're talking about dogs that are enthusiastic to greet people, and they're going to want to go interact with that target. So I have them utilize that target, so we take the guesswork out of where they should greet that person. Once they make it over there, and I have the person pet them calmly under the chin is usually what I do for a couple different reasons. I'm going to be clicking and giving food reinforcers the entire time that dog is interacting with that person, because the dog has no track record of being able to refrain from jumping on people. So I need to set them up for success. I need to keep them successful during that interaction until it adjourns. The second thing that we need to do is regarding our damage control. When the dog does jump, because it's bound to happen. When the dog does jump, if you've ever done like an obedience course at or like a puppy class at PetSmart or somewhere, they're correct. Like, it's kind of maddening how simple it sounds. It's simple but not easy. If your dog is jumping on you, then you should turn around and walk away, remove yourself from the dog for like 10 to 30 seconds. That is negative punishment. Taking something away, removing something from the environment to decrease the likelihood of a behavior. So, sorry, I missed my exit here. But what people do a lot of the time that sabotages this is putting their hands on the dog when the dog jumps on them. What this is doing is unintentionally reinforcing the jumping. So like it's intuitive to catch their paws and put them on the ground, or push them off of you when they jump on you, because you don't want them doing that. But once you do that, you've informed the dog that you will give them attention that they're looking for if they do this behavior, if they act this way. So it is effective, and they're going to keep doing it. So if you're the kind of person that intuitively puts your knee out or has been coached to put your knee out when a dog is jumping, you want to discontinue that practice immediately, because a misplaced knee can break a dog's sternum. So even if you're really nasty about like when you shove a dog like off you, which like I don't know why you would do that, the fallout can be they might bite you, or you might damage your relationship with that dog irrevocably. actually. A lot of the time, these really precocious dogs that are excited to greet you, that they're jumping on you, if you do that, like even if you're not kind about it, somewhere in that dog's brain they go, "Oh, you touched me," and that's gonna fuel that behavior. So, what I tell people is that, as far as my hands go, as it relates to how I utilize them on a dog, if you will, I stick to something that I made up that's called 3 P's and a T, maybe 4 P's and a T, depending on who we're talking about. So that's petting, playing, purposeful handling, which is also known as cooperative care. So that's going to be like dressing them, wiping their paws, like any kind of grooming protocol. Picking up is the other one that may or may not apply to your dog, depending on your size and stature and their size and stature, and treating. So 3 or 4 P's and a T. And if your hands are not doing those things to your dog, the caveat with purposeful handling and cooperative care is that you're probably going to have to be using treats or food reinforcers to inform them that, like, hey, not only is this thing not negatively impactful that I'm doing to you, but it's good. So you can hopefully get them to the point where they not only tolerate it, but they enjoy it. If my hands are not doing those things, then I consider them radioactive. So I think about in the moment, like, what I'm intending to do with my hands in regard to my dog, and if it doesn't fall into those categories or that criteria, then I steer clear of using my hands. So that is about it as far as this goes. Thanks for listening.